we got details on two new predictions in
Yeah.
2024. Kingston, Villiamu-Asa, and Caleb Brewer. What do you know about these two guys, and what are these predictions looking like here? We got Lexington Barbecue as a shout out in the comments. I've never really heard that.
Yeah, but if we're going to talk about, going on the road recruit, I mean, St. Louis barbecue, Texas barbecue. So, I mean, there's a lot of good barbecue across the country. But anywho, I love both. But yeah, I'll take vinegar. Yeah, so Kingston, this is funny. So we just posted our or published our. I wish it was in walking distance. I mean, it's when reaching distance. Our Blue and Gold Illustrated magazine, the recruiting one with Drake Bowen on the cover. I can see it, but I'd have to get up to go get it. So I'm writing an article for that about. It's like a 3-page spread on 2024 recruiting. We called our offers and overviews, like projected take, who's committed, what's the outlook at each position. And at linebacker, I mentioned Kingston, and I was like, yeah, this one's trending away from Notre Dame. That's what I wrote. And then maybe half hour later, I was on the phone with the source, and they're like, Mike, you might want to think about putting in a prediction for him to go to Notre Dame. I was like, bull crap. So then I changed the article, and I write, oh, he may be trending to Notre Dame. I was able to edit that in time. And then I talked to, a source about a week after that, and was like, dude, Kingston to Notre Dame is looking really good. Just clicking with the staff. Like, he hasn't been to Notre Dame since April, but basically what I was told was like, he might not even need to visit again, for him to commit to Notre Dame. Like, he absolutely loves the Fighting Irish. So he's got a connection with junior Tui Halamaka, Notre Dame. I don't even know what position junior's is. He a Viper? Is he a linebacker? I don't know what junior's at these days, but he's close with junior. That just Polynesian linebacker tradition at Notre Dame is always strong. You look at a guy like Manti Te'o. So Kingston, I logged my prediction for him to go to Notre Dame. It's a heavyweight battle. USC, Ohio State, Bama recently offered him. Coast to coast, schools are after him, but my sources feel pretty good that he's going to end up at Notre Dame. So, I don't know if we'll get out to Notre Dame this spring for an unofficial, but I absolutely expect them to take an official. And again, I like Notre Dame to land them. Otherwise, I wouldn't put in the prediction. And someone asked me on the message board today, like, hey, Mike, if Notre Dame lands Kingston, what does that mean for Peyton Woodyard, who is just one of the best safety prospects in the country, a kind of distant relative to Kyle Hamilton, of course, former Notre Dame safety and currently plays for the Baltimore Ravens. So the poster asked me, like, hey, what does that mean for Woodyard? And I was like, it's a good question. And my response was, it obviously doesn't hurt. And Notre Dame is going after Woodyard still. They stopped by his high school, obviously for Kingston, but also for Peyton to kind of show him that, hey, we're still recruiting you and we still love you, even though you committed to Georgia in January. And those two, Kingston and Peyton, actually were at Notre Dame for the spring game last year. They also stopped in at our Blue and Gold office in South Bend too. So if you see a picture of Kingston on his On3 profile and he's got a yellow wall behind him, I was taken by me in our Blue and Gold office. Got to meet those families, and both recruits really cool people. But yes, I mean, these guys are tight. So I think that could help Notre Dame flip Peyton Woodyard, which is obviously a nice development if that were to happen. One of the best safeties in the class. So that's kind of the pick for Kingston. Top 100 recruit per the On3 consensus. I mean, Notre Dame's landed some big-time linebackers under Marcus Freeman. This would definitely be up there.
Yeah, I mean, and you love how you can get the 2-for-1 on recruiting as well, all the way out in California. So we'll wait and see about those two. But Kingston, Villiamu-Asa, you see it there, 6'2", 205 as he's listed. And, who knows by the time he gets to South Bend if that is ultimately where he ends up. Wyoming was stolen, Mike. Wyoming High School is the home of Caleb Brewer, the interior offensive lineman. A 3-star, he's listed at On3. But, if you look at our RPM machine, heavily favored to Notre Dame. What are your thoughts here?
Yeah, I mean, you would have thought it was probably going to be Penn State. Like all of Penn State does a good job keeping their players in their backyard. But, and just talking to some folks connected here, I felt a little weird putting in a prediction for a player when his offensive line coach, wouldn't even. Man, look at him catching passes here. Maybe you can just play tight end for Jared Parker, but Notre Dame doesn't have an offensive line coach right now. But basically, what I was told was doesn't matter. Like, he is all Notre Dame. Is he really just playing a bunch of tight end? He's got some Joe Alt in him, maybe. Joe Alt played tight end when he was a junior, so maybe Caleb Brewer's got some, Joe Alt in him. Yeah, I mean, my sources are raving here about where Notre Dame's at. I don't get the sense that Penn State's doing the best job recruiting them. So, excuse me. So just those things combined, just feel like Notre Dame is going to land them. It's maybe a bit of a bold pick at this point, but just in my conversations with him, what people close to the Irish football program are saying, and then the fact that Penn State, whether it's they're, I don't know, not clicking with him or they're just not recruiting him super hard, just like all those reasons make me put in the pick. I've been watching a lot of Shark Tank recently, so I keep saying, like, every time I say for those reasons, I just want to say I'm out. I just really want to say that, but it doesn't make sense with the show.